What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
And I'm Morgan.
Hey, cheer up, baby girl. Cheer up, baby girl. Come here. You guys, today's video is going to be good. It is actually, Morgan, you came up with this idea.
Yeah.
You said, why don't we address some of the recent, we weren't sure what to call it, so I just titled it recent, what did I title
Rumors?
it? Rumors and criticism. I think that's fair. I think that there's a few things that we want to hit on today. We are going to pull up actually 2 different videos that were made about us and just play. We're not gonna get into the trenches here.
Mm-hmm.
This video was made. This is a hate video. This video was okay, maybe not a hate video, but they were really speculating stuff, and so we're gonna prove ourselves. We're gonna prove them wrong. We're not getting into the trenches, but we are gonna play a few clips. We're gonna play a few clips, and we're gonna share our heart. We're gonna share our side, and then ultimately, you guys can decide if you want to believe us or them.
Yes, if you want to believe them and their truth, or us and our truth.
Or you can choose your own truth.
Or that, because what is truth anyways? All right, well, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We give commentary on culture, social issues, and faith to help you be in the world,
but of the word. Right on.
Shout out to our patrons. We stinking love you guys. We could literally not do this without you all. You are incredible.
Thank you, guys.
We are doing a June in-person hangout here in Lexington, Kentucky, where we live. Patrons only. Basically, it was just kind of like a, hey, it's summertime. If any of you patrons want to come to Lexington, we'll be here and we'll hang out. And actually, several people are coming, so it's going to be super fun. So it's not too late to sign up for that.
You're going to need to get on it pretty quick, though.
Yes.
And we have another bigger hangout coming up at the early next year that's going to be super legit. So you guys can sign up for that as well. But this one, it's happening here in a few short weeks.
Patreon.com/Paulandmorganshow or click the link below. $5 tier or above.
Awesome. All right, Morgan. Without further ado, I say let's just kind of break this down. I have a few notes of really we're going to be focusing on 3 different things that I felt like let's just talk about. Let's just talk about these today. The first one you guys probably saw in the thumbnail of today's video. Pull it. Actually, I got that thumbnail. Pull it up one more time. It's yeah.
I didn't even notice the faces. My face looks terrible, and so does yours. You look evil.
What I'm wondering, because guys, I know we're joking, we're laughing because it is funny to us, but I want to say right off the bat, I want this to be an opportunity to own up to stuff if we need to own up to stuff.
Okay, great.
Okay.
This is mainly about Paul, though.
So
there's he supposedly should own up to.
there's a thumbnail. Let's play. I guess so. There was a video made pretty recently, and what it is a montage. And I think the title of the video, actually pull it up. It's the other picture right there, Morgan. The title of the video is "What Happened to."
I haven't seen these photos. What in the heck?
What happened to Morgan Olgus? And what it is. Okay, Morgan, keep it together. What it is a montage of when we started the YouTube channel. Of each of our intros, which those of you who've stuck around with us for a while, Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show, that was what we started doing. And so it was this montage of 2017, 18, 19. We'll just play it for you. We'll give you guys an idea of what's going on here. And actually, there was a video made really recently, I want to say 2 or 3 days ago, from a channel who's made some videos pushing back on us, we'll say. And they brought this up as well. So this is now, it seems to be, this type of stuff seems to be kind of circulating.
It's been circulating for years that I'm very unhappy and I used to love my life and now I don't. And Paul has made me quit music and, you know, all this stuff.
This is kind of an extension of that, though. This video in particular is showing the progression of Morgan going from happy to unhappy. So we're going to address this in particular, but play the first clip, Morgan. Clip number 1 there.
Clip 1, not Morgan intro.
No, clip number 1. And this is not that video. We're about to play that video of the progression of Morgan. This is a video that was made recently that talks about that.
All right.
We put together a compilation of like the intros of their videos dating back like to when they like first started on YouTube. And Morgan was like this bubbly, outgoing, like very take up the room personality, like very bright and like in your face.
Yeah.
So you can see this video, they're kind of commentating on this situation. And I wanted to keep these clips short. So actually, go ahead and play the second. So she said there, you used to be bubbly.
Yeah.
They're about to talk. Yeah. Anyways, play the next clip.
They put together the most recent videos that they've had where when you compare them to the beginning, Morgan just looks like she does not want to be there and looks depressed. And maybe she's like me and that's just her face. But seeing this compilation, it's definitely different.
The transformation. Well, I guess now she's pregnant, so
and
maybe she's miserable.
So that's been...
So I appreciate his caveat there.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that.
So they're referring... Yeah,
I'm not miserable, by the way, but I am pregnant.
We're about to get to the last clip of them talking, but they're referring to this, like I said, compilation. Morgan, before we play a little bit of this compilation of showing you in the intros, do you have any thoughts right off the bat?
Wow, where to begin? It's funny, like I saw someone write in here, are these people serious? And it's like, yes, they are genuinely serious. Not just these people in this video, but like people who reach out to me on a regular basis, semi-regular, you know, asking if I'm okay, if I need help escaping, if I need help with like therapy. Financial stuff. And you know, I'm laughing and it is funny at this point, but it has been very, very strange to receive specifically messages and like see videos about like Paul and our marriage and how like I'm not happy in my marriage. Like it's just like weird because it's just so not true at all. Like I'm a very honest person, and so you guys know that, and we've opened up before, like when we're struggling in marriage or had an argument, like,
and that happens, you guys. Like, you guys know that there are times, there are things that we're working through. Our first year of marriage was really tough.
Yeah, so our marriage is by no means perfect, but like I'm very happy. I love my life, and like I don't feel any need to prove that to the people who are worried, because anyone who like sticks around for a while and doesn't just watch these like weird videos made about us and actually watches our lives and follows us on Instagram is gonna see that, or just knows us in person. So like I'm not worried about it, but it is just kind of fun every now and then to talk about it, because some of this stuff is just absolutely absurd and outrageous.
Go ahead and play. So the first one is, it literally, this girl, I guess on her channel she just took the time to gather all of these intros of our videos to show that Morgan used to be happy and now she's not, and you can tell that by looking at how your energy and joy has been zapped out of the intros of our video. Play the first one. This was like 2000, in the middle of her video, and then I got one kind of towards the end, but I thought in this first 20-second clip you can kind of start seeing what she calls your progression.
Okay.
Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show. I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan, the
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show. How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan. I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show.
I didn't see anything in there that I don't see now.
Well, so this next clip, and this is the last one of this montage, is really, like, supposedly you can really see, wow, Morgan's joy is just draining. So play the next one, and then I want to hear your commentating on it.
Definitely want to watch this one. I'm Morgan.
And today it's gonna be a little different than usual. You guys know that we like to invite you all into our normal day-to-day lives. A lot of the time it's fun and exciting.
I'm Morgan.
And today's video, Stephen Furtick's son.
I'm Morgan.
And today's video was...
Are you kidding me? That one they took of me in the green shirt was literally like, I was crying in that whole video. Oh, I cannot even.
To the naked eye, someone that's watching that maybe has kind of heard rumors of Paul's not a good husband. Morgan is just...
I mean, if you literally just watch that compilation video, you're going to be like, whoa, something is wrong with her.
I would sure hope, this is kind of me defending myself, so to speak, but I would sure hope that people have enough common sense to know not to take a conglomeration of supposedly, look how joyful she was by the intros of her videos. We don't know all right, I don't even think I need to defend myself. Morgan, you go. What are your thoughts?
That's the problem, is apparently not, like, I don't know if it's just people don't have the common sense or they just, like, feel like they can just watch a 2-minute clip of a compilation of me saying I'm Morgan and just, like, trust that these people putting this clip together are super trustworthy and sharing all the context of each video clip. But, like, that's not the case, and people just, I don't know, I get messages just being like, are you okay? And I was like, yes.
Well, so Morgan, I mean, do you feel like, let's just sober up for a minute. Do you feel like your joy from when we started the YouTube channel, the early days of YouTube, you singing the Paul and Morgan theme song up until now, has there been a significant change?
It's interesting because I feel like I enjoy YouTube now way more than when I used to. Like, when we first started out, like, I struggled a lot of the time for the first 2-3 years. I don't even know.
You did.
In, like, making content and in just YouTube stuff in general. I felt like I was stressed a lot with just how hard it was to have a YouTube channel.
In your mind, and this was something that we dealt with a lot early on, she thought that growth should be quicker. She wasn't satisfied with where we were financially and the struggles of and just the inconsistencies of YouTube and feeling like this should be paying off more. So she really, even year like 2 of YouTube and even year 3 of YouTube, she really struggled. And it was kind of this, sometimes I'd be like, Morgan, let's film the video. And she'd be like, I don't want to. And we even left it in one of our videos, like a fight that we got in on camera. It wasn't always pretty. Now, obviously I'm not saying that marked our whole YouTube journey from years 1 to 3, but I would agree with you. It's better now.
Way better.
So what do you think is going on there in that montage?
Well, first of all, what has changed in all of those montages, I believe they were all videos that were live. So, like, there was no, because, like, we maybe could do an intro and then I could say, I don't feel like I had enough energy. Let's redo that. And then, like, edit it. But now it's just like, my intro is my intro, and you're just going to see the real me. And there are times when I sit down to go live that I'm tired, especially, like, in my pregnancy. I feel like that's been more consistent. And a lot of those I was pregnant in that they showed that were, like, the more obvious ones. And I just, am just tired, or I need a minute to, like, really get into the groove, and you're just, like, witnessing that, or I'm literally crying because I'm having a meltdown.
Well, is it also fair to say in our early years of YouTube, we were kind of figuring out how to be ourselves on camera, and so it was kind of like a default of let's put out extra energy.
Yes, definitely.
And now we've been on YouTube for 5.5 years, and it's like we've kind of settled into ourselves. So the energy level, which I hope, like, I still get crazy. Morgan still gets crazy. But overall, the energy level is not quite what it was in those early years.
Right.
I was crazy, dude.
He was.
In the intros.
I mean, he still is, but he was.
I was so you could easily like make this montage about me.
I know, seriously. Like Paul, I'm sure if you looked at older videos of him just being crazy, and now like Paul's lost his joy.
But so that narrative hasn't really taken off like the Morgan's losing her joy has.
No.
Morgan, played the last clip of the other two that were commentating. Mm-hmm. And granted, you know, one of the guy in there did say like Morgan's pregnant, so he was giving a little way out. But then right after that, the female goes on to say, and on top of Morgan seemingly losing her joy, they have started kissing at the beginning of their videos. Here's what it appears to be going on there. Play that.
Okay.
So that's been talked about in the sub. In addition to the fact that they aren't physically affectionate, both of those things have been brought up in the sub. I fucking know they're in there. You guys are reading it. We all know it. So they're like many of the other fundies who read the sub who like make changes based on what the snarkers.
So she's referring to the Reddit page thread that like is made about a lot of Paul and I and other Christian YouTubers. So that's what she was referring to.
So she's saying that that there's this kind of thing going around that we're not affectionate, and that she's claiming that we probably got on the Reddit, saw that they were exposing that about us, that we're not affectionate, and so we said, you know what, we gotta change something up. Let's start kissing at the intros of our video.
Let's prove them wrong.
You
know what's so funny, and this is what I think honestly frustrates me the most, is that girl in that video and so many other people who make videos on us and like other things or make posts or send us messages, whatever, are so confident that they know. They stinking know, as she said, she used a different word, that we are doing this or that, or this is how our marriage is, or this is how Paul treats me in this area. Like, they just absolutely know, hands down. So much confidence, so much pride, and that is what frustrates me the absolute most, because one, I can't even tell you the last time that I got on the fundy Reddit thread thing, because first of all, it's incredibly toxic and disgusting.
It is. It
I have only gotten
it's bad
on that like thread thing, I think maybe in all of our YouTube career, like 5 times and like regretted it every single time.
It's just really dark, and
no part of me wants to be on that website reading what people are saying about me. I do not care, and I don't need that in my life. So it's just so funny that she was like so confident of, oh, they got on, they read that, and they were like, okay, we need to do something about this.
We can assure you guys, we did not get on Reddit, read that they were saying we weren't affectionate, and then start kissing at the beginning of our videos.
Yeah.
The complete transparency of the kiss.
Yeah.
We met with kind of this guy that's really like smart in YouTube, and we were just talking about like different, and I don't even need to go into this, but since it's all transparency, we're talking about like different things that people can come to expect consistently in videos, and we were like, let's come up with another one. Mm-hmm. And Morgan was like, why don't you kiss me at the beginning? And I was kind of like, it's a little, but then as it's going, we're still honestly in the test phase of it.
Yeah, I still forget literally I've forgotten that he's going to kiss me every single time, and I'm like, cut off.
So if you guys want to criticize us for, oh my goodness, Paul and Morgan are kissing because they want to give the viewer something that's predictable that they can like connect with or whatever, criticize that. But
well, one other thing too, the reason that like we chose the kiss was because something else this guy said was, who the heck are you all? If someone new comes to your channel, are they going to know that you guys are married? Are they going to think y'all are brother and sister? Are they going to think you're college roommates? Like, whatever. And so I was like, okay, surely if Paul kisses me on the cheek, that'll make it clear.
So there you go. That's just the transparency behind that. Before we get, Morgan, to the criticism, which actually came from someone who I think maybe it's a little more of people who have followed our channel, not so much the outsiders, so to speak. Mm-hmm. All right, let's just get it out in the open right now. And my question is Morgan unhappy? And does my toxicness make you unhappy? Is it zapping your joy?
Wow, deep question.
Because there's a lot of Paul is toxic going around because of just all these themes that we're seeing.
Yeah, it's really weird to me. I mean, I've just had to really like ignore what people say or just not care so much, because something within me growing up my entire life was like, the people that I love, if you talk bad about them, if you are rude to them, if you're awful to them, whatever, like, I will become a lion and defend them. A lioness, yes. And so it was really, really hard when a few years ago, like, all the stuff came about. Paul was controlling, abusive, manipulative, blah, blah, because it's just so far from the truth.
That was presented by a big YouTuber, made a video about it.
Yeah, but then it carried on throughout other people's channels.
Sure, that kind of kicked it off and set forth this narrative.
Yes, and this narrative has continued. Luckily, it's chilled out, I'd say, a good amount, but every now and again we get some videos or a message or whatever that Paul is just like a toxic whatever guy controlling me in our marriage, and it's just so far from the truth. And I'm just so thankful for our marriage, and we are very lovey-dovey, so
I would say our lovey-doveyness, just comparative to like all kind of the friend groups in our lives and stuff, we're probably a little above average.
We are. We get made fun of by our friends, who a lot of them are Ukrainian, and they're like, ugh, stop, don't do that, whenever like Paul will come over and kiss me, or we'll hug for a while and just stand there hugging or holding each other.
Even if we weren't overly affectionate in public,
that ain't none of your business.
Big whoop-de-woo. All right, so Morgan, here's the...
I'm happy in my marriage, and I'm happy on YouTube. Are you?
Yes I am.
Are you?
Yes, I...
So they got the whole thing wrong.
Yes, I am. I am very happy. All right, Morgan, so here's this one I want to bring up. This one is a little bit more something that I do want to, hopefully you guys see, like I want to be just sober, so to speak, like sober about this stuff. But this one I really want to like hit on. This is more of a criticism.
Okay.
I saw someone, I want to say it was yesterday or the day before, I was responding to comments. I believe it was a comment on one of our videos, but I can't remember for sure. But then someone actually kind of seconded this. I saw it today, so let's just flesh this out.
Say it. What is it?
The comment was, you guys at the beginning of your videos will oftentimes say, this is my perspective, but then you proceed to make it the perspective. Like, if you all don't have this perspective, you're wrong. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, you're not being upfront when you say this is just our perspective.
You're not being truthful. Like, you don't really mean it when you say this is just...
Correct. And then I actually saw someone because I like to oftentimes glance at the pre-live feed, what you guys are saying before we hop on and go live. Mm-hmm. And someone said, there's plenty of things they say, us, that deserve criticism of the constructive kind, or really just them sitting down with individuals and learning differences aren't sins you need to attack. So kind of suggesting that when we see something that's different than us, mm-hmm. we think it's a sin that needs to be attacked.
Gotcha.
Thoughts? And I'll give mine.
Yeah, that is very interesting. And when I hear that, like, I do want to look at how we have portrayed ourselves and portrayed our opinions and whatnot. I do also know that, a video is a video. Like, we're not sitting down and having a one-on-one conversation with someone. We're having a conversation through a video camera with hundreds of people who aren't talking back and asking us questions for us to maybe like whatever, or for us to be able to ask you all questions. So it's gonna come across as this is our perspective, and that's that. Like, you don't get to hear us be pushed back on or just answer questions that you might have, if that makes any sense. But it really, truly is Paul and I's heart to share our perspective, but we know that, like, there are plenty. We have friends, family members who don't see things the way we see it. And we see that they're very much so walking with the Lord and, like, gonna be in heaven with us one day, and we have no problem with that. And so I hope that people watching can feel confident enough in where they stand of like, I don't see eye to eye with Paul Morgan, but like we're going to see each other in heaven. And they don't think that I'm going to hell because I believe something differently from them, because we don't.
Yes. We can get a little bit overzealous sometimes in topics that do hold some gray area. I'm sure there are plenty of people that come on our channel and see us making a video on a topic that we would consider a black and white topic in regards to biblical Christianity, and this topic goes against biblical Christianity. And so we're going to give a strong perspective. We're going to say, this is what we believe. This is what we believe the Bible says that Christians should believe. Like, this isn't just our opinion. We're going to have that, and there's going to be people that watch that video and say, Paul and Morgan are so judgmental and bigoted, and it's like, no, this is pretty stinking black and white according to Scripture.
Yeah, this isn't even our opinion. This is God's opinion. We're just sharing it from Scripture.
We're not apologizing for holding those truths that the Bible makes very clear, but sometimes when we do give our perspective on stuff that does have more of a gray area, I think we can get a little overzealous. You guys, try making a YouTube channel where you give your thoughts and perspectives on stuff. It's tough to find that perfect balance.
And to do it live. That's another thing. We added a whole nother level when we decided to start going live.
We did. So it is challenging. I'm not excusing us. There's stuff that we still need to grow in. Mm-hmm. But like our last video, I saw some people, and we had a little bit of the episode of if you guys
even bring that up.
If you stayed for the end, the live portion where we're fielding your all's questions, someone got kind of upset at Morgan for being just a little overly sassy and pushing back on a different perspective. So that stuff happens. Mm-hmm. And like, Lord, please humble us, help us to walk with open hands, to stand firm on Scripture, on the truth of your word, but also just be full of grace, and really be able to look at perspectives that are different than ours on these grayer areas.
Yeah, and I will say that when Paul and I started our YouTube channel, we were probably even more so kind of what that person is saying of like, and maybe we didn't necessarily believe this, but we came across of this of like, if you don't believe how we believe, then like you've got it wrong. And I think we would come across that way in videos more so, but I really like, this is something Paul and I pray on regularly, of just like, Lord, like, we're going to share our opinion, but you do your work and you plant seeds and you water seeds. But like, this is just our opinion. This is what we've been convicted of. Yeah. This is what we feel the Lord has revealed to us. And that's that. But like, we know that each person has their own individual walk with the Lord, and it doesn't always look the same. And it would be super boring if it looked the same. We can all learn from each other.
And also, Morgan and I are kind of critics to a certain extent. Like, we sometimes look at our friends and take like a movie, for instance, or take like a political topic, and they're just like so chill about it and like, yeah, that's fine. And it just doesn't really get to them much, or they just don't have a strong opinion. And then Morgan and I will maybe watch a movie. Like, I just watched the new...
we just watched.
Well, yes.
Top Gun.
Yeah, you're right. We just watched it, and so we made like little stories. We didn't think it was as good as what everyone else is saying, and we kind of critiqued it.
All of our friends in the group that went to see it were like, I give it an 8.5, I give it a 10, I'm an 11, and we were like 5, 7.
We're just a little bit more on the critiquing mentality. That's just our personality, so it's going to come across a little bit whatever. And so you got, if you know, that's just how it is. That's life.
It's just kind of who we are, but
still,
we're continuously wanting to be refined by the Lord and sanctified. Yes. And I don't want to be a critic of everyone's lifestyle and blah, blah, blah. Like, but I do want the Lord's discernment, and I'm not going to fall for things that maybe some people will fall for just because their personalities are more like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, you know, they've got strengths and I've got strengths. They've got weaknesses and we've got weaknesses. So there's that.
Amen. Like, help us, Lord. Lead us to become more Christ-like. And thank you guys for your grace. You guys are seriously, like, so many of you all bless us every time we go live. Our patrons are an incredible blessing. And each time we get to do our live Zoom calls, the encouragement that we receive from them is huge. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Help out those algorithms. And comment below. Let us know your thoughts on any of these criticisms or rumors. and kind of where you fall. And we even welcome, I'm sure there are going to be people that watch this that aren't our core subscribers that maybe are like, ooh, I want to see, I'm not fans of Paul and Morgan. They're addressing stuff. Let's see what they have to say. We welcome you guys. We're glad you're here, and we say God bless you all.
Totally. And to any of you guys who, have come from other channels, I encourage you, before you create this strong belief and firm confidence in, how Paul and I's marriage is, or how Paul treats me, or how I am, or how I'm feeling, that you would watch like several videos and follow us on Instagram for a little while to truly get an idea.
All right. Love you guys very much. We'll catch you again here very soon.
Yeah. If you're in the live, we'll be right back.
I didn't say have hope and be free.
And be free.
Hey guys, as you may have noticed, we get very few brand deals, which is why our patrons, the names you see here, are so important.
You guys really are the lifeblood of this ministry. We could not do this without you all. If you believe in this content and you want to partner with us on Patreon, click the link below or just go to patreon.com/paulandmorganshow.